Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Welcome to the first of two amazing Zelda TAS reveals on ZSR. It's not cringe, shut up. And welcome to Ocarina of Time Nimpize. Man, wait, that's a typo, right? No, I'm just kidding. It's Nimpize Adventure. Welcome to the first ever any present TAS by GlitchesAndStuff. And since this is not a long ride, I mean, there are 106 miles to Chicago. We have a full tank of... Okay, no. Just make me stop. It's fine, okay? I give you... First, before we start in, I give you GlitchesAndStuff and Amaterasu. Enjoy.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
So we have a tool-assisted speedrun to show you, any percent, Nimpize Adventure. If you don't know what Nimpize Adventure is, it's a ROM hack. Well, I can explain some of this during the intro, but it's a ROM hack of Ocarina of Time, as you'll see. And if you've seen Ocarina of Time, any percent, then this will be quite different from what you're expecting.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
But the intro is relatively long, so I can do some explanation during that. So I think if we get started now, that's probably good. So if I count down for the start, if you're all ready.
Go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, the intro is actually longer than the original game. So I guess you have some time to explain, or maybe do you want me to explain like the creation of the?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a task made by Australava. So if you follow probably ZFG stream, or if you've been on Twitch last month, you've probably seen that game because a lot of people were streaming it. So yeah, it's a really cool hack. And yeah, if you haven't played it, you should definitely play it.
Yeah, I tweeted earlier this year that it's probably one of my favorite games. Well, it only came out like what, a month and a bit ago, and or was it 2 months now? I don't know. And it's like already my favorite game of the year. It's just a ROM hack, but yeah, it's a really good game. I recommend it to everyone. There'll be a video of this task up after this stream, and there'll be links on that video to like downloads and stuff like that for the patch that you can apply.
If you haven't finished the game or haven't played the game, you can still watch the task because it won't spoil too much the story. Don't worry. Just don't read the text, and that's all.
Yeah. So I want to thank a few people. I want to thank Amma, who's here. Hello. I want to thank Blinny, and I want to thank Shadeslayer55, and a few other people in the Nimpize Discord for helping with the routing of this game. Which is the route that you're seeing here. I have put my own spin on some of the stuff, but it was mostly other people routing the game. I've implemented the route and found some optimizations in areas. What else was I going to say?
Yeah, you made pretty much most of the work anyway. So
yeah,
shout out to you.
I made all the inputs of this task, and I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten. I guess while we're here, I should also promote if this is this will be the task of Nimpize Adventure any percent, but there's going to be another task that's being revealed tomorrow for the first time, which is Yadra's Four Swords Adventures task, which is going to be at the same time but tomorrow, as the same time as this stream but tomorrow. And that is going to be really something that you don't want to miss. That's going to be an incredible watch.
And that's going to be on ZFG stream, by the way.
Yeah, that's going to be a ZFG stream, yeah.
He stole it!
Another thing, I will remind you at the end about this, but if watching this you like the look of tassing, or even if you've done tassing before, I really highly recommend you try it out. And there is something called the task competition, which is being arranged by Umius. And you can find that on the CSR forums. There's a post about it, and there's a video link in there where you can find out more. And that's open to all skill levels, from people that have never tasked before to people that regularly do it. And it's a really cool task competition, and it's a really great way to learn tasking. So I'll post a link to that in the chat if I can later. But we just start. So you start in the flooded tomb, which is situated in Zora's domain.
Yeah, if you haven't played the game, it's just some loading zones are completely shuffled, so don't expect some logics.
So we start with no items like the normal OT game, and we find in this chest.
Wow.
First item. Wow. So the thing about this is obviously we have no items, we have no silver scale, but we want to escape Zora's domain as quickly as we can. So that will be the next challenge.
Oh yeah,
Luckily, there's a switch here, so I can side hop while shooting the switch and cutscene dive into this exit, which normally you would need the silver scale for. And you notice that this exit takes you straight to Lost Woods in this ROM hack. You may enjoy the music.
This song is in every ROM hack, honestly.
So this is the first custom area you'll see. It's called Deepwood Shrine. So my goal at the start of this game, at the start of the run, is there's a shop at the top of Zora's domain, and I want to buy the child shield and the adult shield, and they each cost 80 rupees. So I'm going to need to collect a lot of rupees in the early game. I also got some nuts there from that Skulltula on the wall, Skulltula, because I'll need those as well. So to summarize, there are 5 things I need at the start of this game. There's the 2 shields, there's Deku nuts, there's a bottle, and there's bombs. That's what I'm aiming for at the start here. So you can check off those things in your head.
Yeah, child is pretty short. We don't need to be child for too long.
So this is Goron City, which is turned into a maze in this ROM hack with a few switches and puzzles. This section is mainly just side hopping around a lot.
Yeah, it's a section I find a bit annoying because it's mostly a maze where you just have to go all the way around to activate the switches.
Also, the Dodongos were a huge pain when I was testing this. Because it doesn't matter what path you take, they turn in the direction that you're coming, and they turn in this massive circle that always blocks you no matter what. It's absolutely horrible. But
RNG manipulation is always a problem, even for TAS.
And now we have slingshot and nuts, and now we're heading to our 3rd item.
The best one.
The bomb bag.
Yay.
And
it's
then,
pretty cool to see how early you can get the bombs in this hack.
I really like this hack because you get bombs straight away.
Yeah.
And then I get some more rupees because rupees are always useful. And I also pick up a stick. That's what a save warp looks like in a TAS on the Jabbo plugin. So
by the way, you're using Jabbo, yeah.
Yeah, I had to use the Jabbo plugin, video plugin, which doesn't look as good as other ones like Glide, but unfortunately it was the only plugin I could get to not crash. In the So more rupee collecting, and now I have the stick, I can actually get some momentum finally. So
really cool West.
That was useful.
Yeah.
Glad we got the stick. And this is where the shop is in Zora's domain now.
So it's pretty unfortunate this sticker shield costs 80 rupees. That's quite a lot.
Yeah, but we just have to deal with it. It means that there's some cool rupee collection. Like there's a bunch of chests that you wouldn't normally get if you didn't need the shield.
Yeah.
And you get pretty much all of them. So you're about to see a new technique that was found like a few months ago. Well, it was found a little while ago, but documented 2 months ago. Or a few months ago. That was a ledge Hess. So normally with a Hess, you roll into a bomb, there's a damage frame that knocks you out of your roll, and then there's a Hess frame where the explosion hits your shield, just like that. But what I did for that first Hess was I interrupted the roll instead by rolling off a ledge, instead of getting hit by the bomb.
It was
That's a
really
neat
cool.
technique. And now in Zora's Fountain, there's another useful item here. But there's also a chest that I want to spawn, but the chest spawning cutscene is really, really long. So I worked together with a Tektite here to super slide throughout the cutscene.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one.
That super slide only works with the Tektite. There's not, because the Tektite has to hit your shield really early in the roll, and you can't do that with the bomb. So I need to lure the Tektite over. Also, I have to use 2 bombs for that super slide. I use 1 bomb to super slide off, and the second bomb to put away my slingshot, which is in my hand, because there's no other way to put away my slingshot that quickly other than just to pull out a bomb and shield it.
Yeah, it
And
was
we get up here.
pretty incredible. So the main idea for this route is still to wrong warp, so a ball will be useful.
Yeah, so similar to any percent OOT, we need the bottle, but it's in a completely different spot. This is the chest that I spawned earlier during that cutscene.
Oh.
And now we have 80
Hess is
rupees.
pretty
Perfectly.
impressive.
Perfectly 80 rupees, enough to buy the next shield. And if you've been paying attention in your head, if you've checked off those items, we've got the bottle, the bombs, the shield, the nuts, and now we're about to get the second shield. And that's all 5 things. So now, we're ready for the next section.
But you still need blue fire.
Oh yeah, because in this ROM hack, you need blue fire to get to the adult section of the game. You beat all the child dungeons, and then you get access to blue fire.
The door of time of this hack is pretty much the red ice, so...
Yeah. So this is the door of time's just up ahead, or up behind Link right now. So I do a dive here to pop up out of the water, because it's slightly quicker than climbing out. And then I clip through the door of time. and do another ledge Hess to get through the invisible room here, which has a lot of pits in it. So I have to Hess around all those pits.
Yeah, the loading zone is just here, so you can just manage to make your way through the invisible room.
And this cutscene that you're watching normally plays in the room before, but because I didn't get it in the room before because it was unloaded, it now plays now. So when Navi says, "Let's see what's inside," and is floating around the sword, it doesn't make complete sense.
I didn't notice that. Oh.
Yeah.
So I guess the red ice keep was just a mega side up, something like that.
This is a bit of a long... Well, this is just very similar to the original Ocarina of Time cutscene. So if you're here for the adult cutscene, then you found the right place. But I have a fun game during this cutscene, which is to count the number of times you see ... in the text. Because I don't know who wrote the dialogue for this section coming up next, but there's not many sentences that don't have the ellipsis after the end of the sentence. By the way, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed... Oh yeah, I should start counting. There's already like 3, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in that cutscene and in other cutscenes, Ganondorf has a moving mouth. A physical moving mouth. If you look at every other character in the game, the mouth is just like a drawn-on texture. But Ganondorf actually has a mouth. Which is kind of cool. A
So
mouth,
I
yeah.
change the text a little bit here, but it's pretty much the same cutscene.
That's like, what, 6 already?
Oh, I forgot to count them. No. Wait, hold on.
Look, ooh, you're big now. So the file name was a democratic vote. I did a Twitter poll, and it won. Ooh.
I'm focused right now. I'm trying to count the...
Yeah, this cutscene has never been so engaging.
One more. One more again. We had 2 dots here. I don't know if that counts.
So this ROM hack was released. The patch was originally released to work with the English, or the North American version of the game, which is why I'm doing this TAS with the English language as opposed to Japanese, because I'm sort of in the mindset that this is sort of the intended version of the game, of the ROM hack. So English text, which means it's slightly longer, but also means that you can read it.
Cool.
And finally, we're adult. So this is time for adult 1.
Adult 1, yeah. It's gonna be pretty long, I guess.
So you may notice I have nuts, bombs, and fish equipped, and you notice that I have the bottle on C right. And what I do here is I do a trick called bottle on B, which actually also at the same time does RBA and gives me a third bottle with fish in it. I equip fish on C right, and then RBA my nut count, and then spend 3 nuts. So all you need to know there is that I gave myself an extra bottle with a fish in it, and I gave myself 17 Deku nuts.
17.
And that was the end of adult 1, and now it's time for child 2. And child 2 is yeah, that's child 2.
Okay.
If you're wondering why I like switch direction a few times there before picking up the sword, while there's text on the screen like the area name, you can't actually do stuff like pick up or put down the sword, and you can't open chests, and you can't buy stuff from shops, which is why sometimes you see people walking away in shops.
Couldn't you like ESS and press the fish button or something?
Maybe. I actually didn't know about that. Whoops.
It's okay.
I mean, you shouldn't have mentioned that. Now everyone's going to call me out.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I do BA here to get hammer on B, and I do a mega flip from the explosion that I placed behind that door. And we're back in Zora's domain, this time as adult. And I swim in the left direction to get pushed up by the collision there, and then swim back again so that I surface as quickly as possible when I get to this ladder. And then do a classic ladder clip.
It's also worth noticing if you die with a hammer on B, you lose it, so you can't die. No.
With any luck, I won't die, but you know, I got to try really hard from this point to not die. You know, I've already lost a quarter of a heart, so nice RNG manipulation there.
Nice RNG.
Again, I have to waste a bomb there to put the item in my hand away.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why you were dropping a bomb here. Okay.
It also, the first bomb is what I use to manipulate the RNG, because the RNG actually doesn't advance in that area unless you do something like drop a bomb or bring out Navi. So yeah, that was a hover over, I should have mentioned, that was a hover over a gate, and then an A slide into a Z slide towards the fence, and then a ground clip, which was found by Blinny, into the unloaded Darunia's room.
Yeah, because we just can't get to the upper area to ground clip. It's not possible because there is like a barrier. You can't get up, and we don't have the hook shot or the long shot.
Yeah, normally we get a long shot at the start of adult, but we skipped that in this TAS. I skipped that in this TAS. I keep saying we, but like
you.
I skipped this in the TAS. Yeah. So yeah, that brings us to Dodongo's Cavern. Dodongo's Cavern, which has 3 bomb drops in, and also I break a wall there to start a cutscene and exit at the same time.
Yeah, even if you haven't seen the cutscene, it's still the game still thinks it's the last cutscene we've
Oh wait a minute! I've only got 10 seconds here.
Oh my god!
I might die.
You're gonna die probably.
Oh, there's no way I'm gonna make it to the fire temple. What? I've got 3 seconds.
3 seconds. 2.
Oh wait. Oh man, I made it.
Okay.
Thanks to Amma for... Did you find that clip, or did you just find the video of that clip? I don't know.
I found the video, but a long time ago, and I don't know...
Like, none of us knew about it. None of us knew about it, and Amma just came along like, yeah, there's a clip here you can do. So yeah, you may notice I've only got quarter of a heart, so hopefully I don't die. So I clip into the unloaded version of the room that normally has Darunia in it, and I'm making my way over to the high up platform that normally has like a torch in it and some pots in the vanilla version of the game, and I'm hovering through the air. This is a kind of an annoyingly long section, but I couldn't find anything quicker.
It's probably the quickest anyway.
Yeah.
Without taking damage. So yeah, you may want to explain why you don't have a timer. I mean, it's normal here because it's the first room of Fire Temple. But...
The first room of Fire Temple doesn't have a timer, but you may notice I've got a quarter of a heart, and normally in the game, a quarter of a heart actually means you have 4 out of 16 of a heart. But what I've actually got right now is 1 out of 16 of a heart. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
And that has really strange effects in areas when a heat timer would normally come up. Because normally the heat timer is proportional to the amount of health you have, but it turns out if you have exactly 1 health, which is like a quarter of a heart, then the heat timer, you can see the heat timer isn't coming up in Volvagi's room.
Yeah. So
Unfortunately,
as long as you don't make any damage here, you're fine.
Yeah, unfortunately, this fight in a speedrun, you'd normally see people spending a number of bombs, I think it's usually 7 bombs, right, on this fight, in order to one-cycle the boss and make sure she doesn't fly through the air. But unfortunately, that hover I just did took 12 explosives. So I only have 8 left, and I definitely need at least 2 at the end.
It's okay, it's a...
Sorry,
that's the opportunity to see a better fight.
Yeah. So I do the normal attack, and also throw 2 bombs, which do an extra 2 hits of damage, which is 4 damage. And then, unfortunately, she has to fly, but you may notice that I hit her on the way out. I also just hit her again there and there. So I think you can see what's going on here.
I can just imagine how painful it would be for speedruns now.
And then Fire Temple boss is dead. And if you know about speedruns that do the wrong walk from here, you probably know what's coming next. But you also may know that normally, in order to do that, you would also have to jump down in the lava and then clip through the side of the wall. And unfortunately, I couldn't find a way to avoid that, so I need to not have 1 health left, essentially, which means I need to get this heart container. But that's okay. It's nice to have a little bit more health before the final boss, you know, just in case. Just in case.
This one will also explain why you went to DC.
Yeah, I went to DC partially to get bombs, and also because I wanted to set the cutscene pointer.
Yeah, because the intro is not the same as the original game, so you can use it as the last cutscene. It was really fast, by the way.
Thanks. So that wrong warps to castle to collapse, which is for this part anyway. For everything you see in this TAS is the same as vanilla OT.
Where is the collapse cube?
What else?
Yeah, I guess it was not worth it to do the collapse skip, even if it's technically possible, I guess, but you would use too much bombs, probably.
Yeah, I didn't have enough bombs. Something that's weird about this cutscene I always thought is, when Zelda comes down in her like crystal, her eyes are completely closed and she doesn't even look at Link. She turns straight around to look at Ganondorf and opens her eyes at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
I forgot to mention that when it happened, but yeah. I have 3 bombs left, I think. Yeah, 4 bombs left, sorry. This clip was really annoying, the backward clip. That took me like half a day just to get that one thing. It was stupid. With the hammer, unfortunately you can't pull the hammer as quickly as the Master Sword, but you can still jump slash to get to the right area.
I'm pretty amazed you can get the right angle just by exiting the castle like without dying.
Yeah.
Because normally in a speedrun you would die because you can't get the right angle. So I was quite surprised.
Part of the reason I do that super slide there was because in this ROM hack there's actually 3 invisible redeads on that thing, and they're horrible to get past. But if you super slide past them, they don't freeze you, and that's literally the only way I could find to get past them quickly was to super slide past them. It also means that when I enter the cutscene where she's opening the first set of bars, I can super slide down the corridor and spawn her further down quicker. So it's useful for 2 reasons there, and that gets us out of collapse. Oh man, there's so much stuff right next to each other.
Yeah, it's going really fast.
And then suddenly there's these huge cutscenes where there's nothing to talk about anymore.
You should have slowed down later. Earlier, I mean.
You should have played it back at like 0.2 times speed.
That means people will have to rewatch the video, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make this video public as soon as oh no, I closed the video by accident, but that's fine. I mean, I don't need to explain anything else really. I can just sort of generally talk. I've got the stream up still, so like everything else, I don't need to explain it when it happens. I can just explain it.
Did you spoil the final time, by the way, or?
No, the final time isn't revealed yet.
Okay.
I've still got the stream up, so I can like roughly tell.
Oh yeah.
Where things are.
So the person that guesses the final time correctly gets the chance and the duty to subscribe to ZSR.
Can I give it a chance? Alright, so yeah, we're just in the Goron cutscene right now. You super slide into the cutscene.
Can you let me know? Can you let me know when his sword flies out of his hand?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a strat that has been found quite a long time ago by ZFG, I think. And by super sliding into the cutscene, you can keep the Master Sword pretty much. So yeah, it's quite useful. No, it didn't happen yet.
Okay. Man, I'm not used to this low latency yet. Okay, thank you.
So we're just on Navi right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. And this is pretty standard Ganon fight. One thing I would mention is that in this ROM hack, Ganon actually does something like is it 12 hearts of damage per hit?
13, I think.
13 hearts of damage per hit, which is a bit mean, but you know.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything anyway.
But yeah, this is as you would expect, the final battle. So there's no extra playable content after this. So the time is coming up.
All right. Yeah, it was really fast.
Wow, English text is so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's also readable though.
Done. Well, congrats for that TAS.
Thank you. Congrats to everyone for watching it. This has been a really fun test to work on. It's the first test I've properly worked on. And actually completed. I should finish my line of thought. But I will be working on another. I'm actually currently working on another task, which will take significantly longer. But I'm not going to spoil anything yet.
Gotcha.
and stay tuned for that eventually.
Okay.
Again, I just want to say thank you to a few people. Obviously, Austria Love for making the game, and everyone involved that you're seeing in the credits right now. I want to thank Trez for like hosting this and on Zelda Speedruns. That's pretty cool. And all the people I mentioned from the Discord. And I also want to remind you to check out the TAS competition for MM, which can I post in this chat?
Sure.
Links, which is here. And you should join this. I made this task for you guys, so you got to return the favor by joining this competition, okay? But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, everyone.
GG glitches. So, important question first. You're working on a new task. Is that going to be on ZSR?
It depends. It depends who asks me first.
I just did.
Okay. Well, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. I don't see any reason why. Yeah. Let's say yes. Although that's not legally binding.
Nah,
Just
I
so
was
you know.
mostly kidding. I was mostly kidding. So yeah, people, if you enjoyed what you just saw, and I want to give another huge shout out, and I want to see a huge shout out from all of you in chat for Glitches and for Amateur doing the commentary. If you like to like what you saw, just go to YouTube because Glitches will make that public.
Oh yeah, I'll do that right now.
I want to say right now, yeah, and link it in the chat. Sub 30, as I promised. See? My estimate was perfectly accurate. And I didn't even know the time. Winky winky. I didn't. Also, why was the still here? Let me remind you that tomorrow at 7 p.m. UTC on famous ZFG1, not sure if you ever heard that name's channel, we'll have Yadra's very own 20 years in development Four Swords Adventures any percent TAS. And you don't want to miss that. Because...
Finally, I just want to say...
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I just wanted to quickly mention that in July, I think it's July, I'll be celebrating my 10 years in the Zelda speedruns community. And I just want to give a huge shout outs to everyone I've met along the way. Thank you for making this such a cool experience.
Thank you for all the stuff you provided.
It's been great. I'll see you again in a few months with the next test.
I don't know how to follow up on that. Nah, congrats for being old. Just yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my god,
I hope you all come to my funeral.
Can I just quickly say GGGNS?
Thank you.
Yeah, GG.
It was a good test.
Who the fuck are you? Leave us, please. Whoops. And now I left.
Did you move?
I'm sorry. Okay. Thanks everyone for watching. That was a short one, but a really great one. Shoutouts again, and we'll be back in actually 90 minutes roughly with the ESNB right here on ZSR.
Oh boy.
So, are you joining? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure to see Alma suffer in 90 minutes on ZSR. Thanks everyone, and see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.